Hello, Ms. Buchanan's Algebra 1A class. You're going to be getting these assignments, this quotient rule 1 and this quotient rule 2, in the next couple days. So I want to make sure that you're getting these assignments and at least half of them from me, and with a little bit of explanation for you. I'm not going to be here the next couple days, so I just want to make sure that you have them. It says to simplify, your answer should contain only positive exponents, so let's get after it. Okay, so the quotient rule is that when we have a quotient, a division going on here, a fraction in other words, we are going to take, if we have an exponent up here and an exponent right down here, actually this is an m and it's actually to the first power. That means that you're just going to subtract them. Okay, and you still do the negatives. You bring it down if it's up here, or bring it up if it's down there, and all that kind of stuff. So number one is very easy. We still have 3m, but then the 4 minus the 1 makes it to the third power, and that's all over n3. The n3 just stays down there. Okay, this one, notice that I have a -2. And then I have a 4. So this is going to go down here, and then that makes it a positive. So 4 plus 2 is going to be 6. And then I have y0, that's just anything to the 0 power is just 1, so you just get rid of it. And you still have the y down here. And so you have 2 over 4, right? I could break this down a little bit more and have it 1 over 2yx to the 6th power, because 2 goes into 2 and 4. This one, this would be 1 over 2. Once again, I just didn't put the 1 over here. The 2 goes into both of those. I had to put a 1 there because there's nothing else up here. So this one, I don't need to put the 1. You could put the 1 if you like. This 4, this -4, is going to cross over here and add to this 1. So this becomes m to the 5th power. And once again, you have n to the 0 power. That's actually just going to be like a 1 that you're multiplying by, and anything multiplied by 1 is itself, so you don't need to put it down. And you're left with that n2. Or you could think of it as 2 minus nothing is still going to be 2. So here we go. That 0, that 2 minus that 0 there that I crossed out. Number 7, there's nothing to do with number 7. So that just stays the same. For number 9, the x is going to stay up here. There's nothing, no other x anywhere else. This is going to come down here and be a positive 4. 4 minus 2 is going to be 2, so that's why y is going to be 2. The 4 stays up top. I have y. This -1 is going to be added to the 3 to be a plus 1, so a 3 plus 1 is 4, and x to the 3rd power stays at the bottom. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so I have 1, 1. They cancel out, so you can think of it that way. This 1 is going to go down here as a positive, so 4 plus 1 is 5. And this, I have a 3 minus 2 gives me a positive 1 up top, v, and it's to the 1st power. You don't have to write the little 1 there. You can if you'd like. Okay, I'm going to leave the 3 down here. There's nothing else to do with that. The 2 minus the 1 is going to be just a 1 positive, so it stays up here. And x to the 3rd power is going to be just x to the 3rd power down below. It's not going to move. All right, that's the quotient rule 1. So the quotient rule 2, here we go. When you are multiplying all this out, you are moving this down below And I just go straight to the answer here. So, you know, one thing that you might want to do is to go to Google exponent calculator and go to the Symbolab. When you Google exponent calculator, choose the Symbolab one, and you could plug this in just the way it looks, and then you can get these, you know, answers just to check yourself. Okay. When I brought this all the way down and worked everything out, I'm just left with, you know, I just put a 1 up there because everything is down below in the denominator. And when you work out those exponents, it ends up being 16a to the 12th power. When all is said and done here, this is just like a 1 here. This would be a 1 here. So I have 2, and I have m. 2 plus 2 is going to be 4, so 2m to the 4th power. This is going to be, you know, like a 1 here, so you just cross that off. And then this all gets down below. So you have like a fraction down below, down here, ends up being 16r to the 18th power when you actually, you know, work out all those exponents. Anything to the 0 power is 1, so this just all, you know, is to the 0 power. You could have a million to the 0 power and it just equals 1. Okay. This one is just like having 1 here, so it's going to be 4 minus 2 is, so it's just a to the 2nd power. This one I'm going to take, and so I have 2 plus 1 actually here because they're multiplied together, so that's 3. This comes up as a positive 4, so 4 plus 3 is going to be 7, so I have x to the 7th power. I work in this 2 after, first of all, this n negative 4 and n4 becomes just 0 up here. And so it actually is just 2 squared, which is 4, and 2 times 4 here is to the 8th. And lastly, this is just going to be 1, this is going to be 1, so you have 2 times 2 is 4, so x to the 4th power. All right. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Good luck with the even ones. And once again, if you want to check yourself on these assignments as you're working them through, check out Exponent Calculator at Symbolab, and that would be very helpful, I think.